Hello out there in YouTube land. This is going to be a real review on a Canopy. That's the name of it. It's going to be an honest review. It's not going to be a store-bought review, so it might not look quite the same. And I'm in my Sunday clothes too, so I guess it's starting to sprinkle out here. As you can see, the weather is like every other day. It's been for who knows how long rainy. I'm going to do another review on the ground grabbers, but right now this is on this. So I'm hoping that I can get maybe let me show you some of the things that I don't like. Well, first of all, I'll have my assistants here today. The package that this came in, of course I didn't bring my tape out. Okay, this is my old tarp or canopy. It got wore out. So I decided I was going to get a new one. And so I shopped and shopped and shopped and shopped, and this one here looked good, and I watched review after review after review. And I kind of don't think they were being totally honest on the reviews, to be honest with you. And a lot of it was my stupidity for not reading right. This is my old one. It's 10 by 10. It measures 10 inches this way, 10 inches this way, and it's 49 inches tall. Fits in the back of my pickup truck. I have a full-size GMC 4-door dually. You can see it in a tape with a Carlisle thing. You can see it in there. So it's a full size. This can fit on the back seat, which is good. Have no problem moving it. Actually, it sits on the floor in front of the back seat. So I knew when I was getting this new one, it was going to be bigger. So I'm thinking, okay, let's go 12 inches by 12 inches. And then double it, say 24 inches, somewhere in that vicinity. And I was thinking about the same height, so it could sit right on the back seat of my pickup truck again. I was wrong. The new one packs up in a real nice roll-around case, but it's 64 inches tall. Okay, it will not fit between the two inner doors of my pickup truck, so that means it has to go in the back. And when I have it already packed to go someplace, it makes it difficult. So keep that in mind. If you have a small car, I don't think my wife's full-size, what do you got, a Mercury Marquis? I don't think it will go in the trunk of her Mercury Marquis, and there's not a bigger trunk out there. So keep that in mind when you're buying it. The package this Eurmax comes in is 20 by 14 by 64. So if you have a little SUV or something like that, you're not going to get it in there. So be smarter than me, listen to me, measure your car before you go out and buy the thing. Now it's starting to sprinkle. Now the next thing is it's got great aluminum poles. These things are fantastic and strong. I don't think anything can go, but these little connectors up here, which you can't see because I got all this stuff on here, are all plastic. Now they're making some pretty good plastics nowadays, so that might be good enough, but that was kind of upsetting that they were plastic, but I'm all right with that. That's once again what I didn't read. Now I'll show you some of the things that really irritated me about that. The first thing was it wouldn't fit in anything. The second thing is these up here don't line up good with this thing here. It should have more wear area here. These come down. You can get it up there, but it doesn't line, and if you pull it down to hold it tight, then the next thing it does is comes down. So this is not sitting on this. So if you come over to this side, you can pull it down a little bit here, and this one here fits pretty good. Okay, so it's got a little wear thing. But then if you look at the one over here, it doesn't hit. And then it had up at the top, if you can get all the way up there, okay, see where this thing hits? It doesn't hit in that at all. Now I've done a couple things.
I can't get up there.
You can't. All right, let me take this off a second. Show you. Okay. See up there where that thing goes up? This is a spring-loaded piece here. See, it'll come up and down. I'll have to get a longer distance, but it doesn't hit on that point. I'm kind of getting dizzy holding this thing. Okay, then there's no wear spot for the middle one, and then when you get down to the last one, it gets a little bit closer. I've put this thing on and taken it down now 6 times, But then, now look at this one here, okay? I've never got it to match up to there. You might get the one end to match, but the other end won't match. Now I'm going to turn it around to this one and see how this one misses it quite a bit. They should have been bigger, or should have had something. I don't know. I might be doing something wrong, but when they show at their studio or wherever they do of putting this thing up, it's a whole lot different. The next thing that I really don't like about it, or really aggravated me, I mean, when it's up, it's beautiful. Okay, it's absolutely gorgeous. The material seems a little bit thicker than that other less expensive one I have, but you're getting what you pay for. But down here on these legs, I'll show this leg in the front. I had to drill this hole in there. Okay, and I'll put this back in the tripod so we can, because I know I'm unsteady holding the camera. Let me move it back a little bit. It is raining now, and we are out of the rain. Let me move this out of the way. When you go to pull this up, okay, they did not have that hole there. So if you go to pull it up and you have your foot on that to pull this up, it just extends this pole out. And I thought, well, that you got to drill up. I drilled up 4 inches and put a hole in there. That made it an enormous amount easier. I mean, so much more easier. I don't know whether they missed the hole drilling. Maybe they didn't get any complaints on it. I have no idea, but that changed putting it up 100%. When you watch, is it on me now, Homeless? When you watch them putting this up in their film, there's a man and a lady. They go out there and they set this thing up in maybe 5 minutes. I guarantee you, I couldn't put this thing up in 5 minutes with Hercules at the other end. I don't know how they did that. Number one, they weren't on grass. If it's on grass, these things have a tendency to slide as you open it up a lot easier. Once again, that's no fault of them, but they sure make it look easy, and I'll tell you, it ain't that easy. This thing, I had a hard time putting it up every time I've put it up. I don't know. I don't want to say I don't know what causes it. You know, it could just be I don't have a routine down. I don't do it enough to realize do this, and it'll come up. Another thing that would make this a lot easier, once again, we're going to go up to these things here. When you're putting it up, these are spring loaded. See, can you see that coming down? Okay. When they put it here and drill a hole through there, which I'm going to do, when you're raising these bars up over here, the same, you got to raise it to get into here to make it taut. Okay, when you're raising this up, that's up there is fighting you. Okay, I don't know how any easier way to say it. If they pull that down, drill a hole in it, they only need an 1/8 inch hole in to put a pin in there, and after you got it up, then put tension on it. But you are fighting the tension of those 3 springs. There's three lift springs. So I think that they could have done that. So that's the next thing I'm going to do to make putting it up easier. Another thing that's kind of a little weird, don't know that it matters, these aren't all uniform end to end. Probably doesn't matter. I don't think it will ever matter. But for some reason, it kind of irks me a little bit. But my main things that I don't like is the way there's absolutely nothing here to help protect the rub, because when it blows, that just sits there and rubs. This is a known distance from there to there. This one hits real good, okay? But then when you get down to the third one, okay, here it misses by almost the whole length. I'll undo this. Now you can do it over this way and maybe it'll slowly come down that way, but this is a known distance, and you can already see, well, maybe you guys can't see, maybe I see where it's already, can you see it in there where it's wearing on the camera, wearing on the thing already? It's going to wear out, and this has only been put up maybe 6 times. So I kind of think this was in about the $800 range, as I recall. You know, it shouldn't have those problems. It really shouldn't have those problems. Once it's up, it's pretty nice, but I don't think it's going to have a longevity. So that's kind of my review on my Canopy. I got another Canopy I got to put up. That's the old one. It's got steel legs. I don't know. This one's built a lot better, but there was another one that I liked a little bit more. So over and out for this now. My camera person's saying cut it short. I do kind of ramble on. If you like these kind of videos, please hit the like and subscribe and send it to a friend. And if you didn't like it, send it to 2 or 3 people that you don't like so you can annoy them. My next review is going to be on these ground grabbas, Grabba, and a bracket I made to make them better. So I'm going to close this one out. Stay tuned for the next review. Over and out. Bye.